record is on. Sharing my screen. So you guys can see my screen here. Boom, there it is. Pull this up, make sure I can get any comments. So I will see comments in here. I'll be toggling back and forth in here. So if you have any questions, I will be able to show you that. All right, so I'm gonna actually do this from scratch. We are literally going to set up an entirely new domain. Now you can use whoever you want for your domains. I use Whois. It's just who I prefer. There's a lot of reasons I prefer Whois, but they are the ones that I use. I also have accounts with Enom and with Namecheap, but these guys provide the best service overall, and they have some of the best functionalities. So we've got a lot of different things. We're going to use this guy here. So each domain provider is a little bit different, but you're just going to want to use whichever one you're using. You're going to want to find your DNS. And you're going to want to find your name server records, or NS records. Perfect. So this one is set up with Whois, which is good because I wanted to show this from scratch. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to go to Cloudflare. You need to have a Cloudflare account set up. If you don't, you just sign up real quick. It's super easy, super simple to do. And this process is literally one of the easiest things that you can do. So let me set it up under Hawk and add a new site here. So normally you wouldn't have anything in here. Just going to click add new site. And we're going to set up funnelhustler.com. Okay, and you just give it a little scan that takes about a minute. And it looks like we got, hey, what's going on? We got this shared all over the place. Got a couple comments. Perfect. So while this is doing this, I'm going to leave it, let it do its thing. And in a new tab, I'm going to open up custom domains. And we're going to add new domain. Now, I personally use the manual setup. I find it's actually better to do. It's a little easier to do than the automatic setup. I know that sounds kind of backwards, but I do find it's a little easier to do than the manual setup or the automatic setup. I'm just going to select. So normally you would have built the funnel first, or you can build this first if you want. But there are reasons that I do it this way. So I'm just going to select a random one. We'll come back in here later once we verified that it's working and it's running. But I just set it up first in here so that way I can test everything. Now that this is also scanned and ready to go, this is a really easy process to go through. Now, all you got to do is add 2 records. You make sure that it's set to CNAME, and then you're going to add the word @ and you're going to do target.clickfunnels.com and hit enter. And then you're going to do www, and then the same thing, target.clickfunnels.com. And hit continue. You can select the free version. If you want some additional security and additional things, you can choose one of the paid options. I use the free version for just about all of them. Now I've got to set up my Cloudflare. You'll have your own Cloudflare, so use whatever ones that you have. There we go. There it is. And I'm in the managing spot. See, I have this preset up, so that's one of the reasons. There's the name servers. So top, Gina, Jeff, we're going to update those. So now that it's set, you can set and check this. You should show a successful at the bottom. If not, then you need to go back and start over. So once you've done that, you go to page rules and you create a page rule. I'm going to copy this up here. It's really easy to do. You just go www and then paste in the thing and then slash and a star. So it should have an asterisk character, star character. And then really easy again, just click here, go to forwarding URL, go to permanent redirect, and you're going to type in the same thing. You're going to need an HTTPS : // So let me do this again. HTTPS : // Make sure that this has an S here. That's very, very important. So then you have that. Then you paste in the URL again, / and then $1 and create. And literally, your domain is literally set up now. So super simple to do. Now to verify that it's going to work, so right now it shows as black. We refresh. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to do, but when you refresh, usually about 10 minutes later, it will be green. Now, one of the other things that's really important to do, if you're using a domain purely on ClickFunnels, you want this set to full. If you're using a domain that you're also going to be sending email out from, then you want this set to flexible. But I recommend anytime you use an email or anytime you use a domain, you should have one domain that you use for email, and then you just forward that over to whatever your funnel domain is. And then you have a domain, all your domains on ClickFunnels you have set up with just with ClickFunnels, so you're not using any of the other functionalities. And then if you want to use email, like we can still put email and ClickFunnels together. It actually works really, really well. But to keep things simple, just to make it really, really simple for you, anytime that you're setting up a new domain or anytime you're setting up a new funnel in ClickFunnels, you can use a brand new domain, and it one makes it a lot easier for you because now you know exactly what the domain URL is. You can say, hey, go to funnelmagazine.com, which is one of ours, or go to funnelgenius.com, or go to invertink.com, or go to hackthisfunnel.com. So you have all of those domains that you can then just send to people, and it's a lot easier than trying to remember the / and all the different links that go in it. So that's just one cool little hack that I use to make it really simple to remember. One of the reasons why we have over 100 domains is because every time we build a new funnel, we build a new domain. But that is not necessary. You can have one URL and one funnel, or one URL and 100 funnels. So it doesn't really matter. It's just preference when it comes down to it. Let's go back here. Let's check to see if this is done. And there it is. So it should show green. You should have full down here, and you'll see, it should look very, very similar to this. So I can close this tab out. I'm going to create a brand new funnel. And if you haven't signed up for ClickFunnels yet, go ahead and do that. If you're on the in the Mompreneur Mastermind group, you can sign up with the link that I posted there. So just sign up there, and then if you're in my community, oh, this is going to be fun. If you're in my community, send me a PM, and I will get you a share link as well. So I'll get you a actually share link for this. All right, so we've got. We're going to do more demo. So I just use an opt-in funnel because that's what I'm doing here. I'm building this as an opt-in to make it really, really simple for you. So you can set up an opt-in. Obviously, if you want to add in a page to get webinar registrations or a page to make sales. These are all things that you can add in here. If you want to put a membership area in here, super simple to do. It really is one of the easiest things that you can do. I'm going to select my favorite template, which is kind of far down here. ClickFunnels doesn't inherently come with all these templates. These are our templates, but all right. So I like this template. This is my favorite one here. So it is literally that simple to set up. You just use one of the templates that are in there, and then you go in and let's say, I want to change this up. So I use one of the templates that I have that I know is proven to work, and I will share this with you so you'll be able to get access to this. I'm streaming live and I'm trying to load this up. So it is taking a second to load today just because of I don't have the internet capacity that everybody else seems to have. Go. Shutting off the broadcasting video helps. All right, so I'm going to change this out to a different logo. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. And since that's not going to show up very well on black, so here, let me take a step back. I'm this is something that I do on a daily basis, so I got to remind myself to go step by step. All right, so once you've selected your template, start at the top and make your way down. You can literally create this, and I'm going to do something here. So I'm going to actually create this from scratch just to show you how simple this is to do. So you see what it looks like right now. I'm going to clear everything out and I'm going to start from scratch. So you have multiple different options here. You have the full width, you have the wide, medium, and the small. And just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to show you what that looks like. We're going to put a white background. Actually, let me put a dark background on it so you can see. You can easily duplicate things. So I'm going to show you what each of the different sizes are so you can see. I got to build it from scratch with that. All right, there it is. So I'm going to add, I almost always use wide. That's just, sorry, I almost always use full width. Occasionally I'll use wide and medium, and very rarely will I ever use the small option. So this is the wide option. So let's change this to a gold. And medium option, just to demonstrate the difference in the types of funnels. And in the process, I'm actually creating a funnel, which is kind of cute. Right. So you've got the full width here, which this means that no matter how big their screen is, it will always show the same size. Now I do have my screen so somewhat zoomed out, so that this is what it will look like on, I think this is a 15-inch screen. So, if you have smaller screen, the smaller it is, the smaller it'll look. So it just depends on their screen size. All right, so let's clear this out. So now you can see that's literally how easy it is to add in a section. It is literally that easy. But we're going to start from scratch so that it shows you full width. And I'm going to do a white background. And I'm going to add in a single column row. So you have multiple different column options here. And then I'm going to add in an image. And it's literally when you get in here, you'll have these add new element. You just click on the element that you want. There are tons of different options in here. I use a handful of them so if you want to use it. Now, when you come in here, it's going to have a demo image. You literally just click on it, and it's going to pop up your settings option at the side here. Alternatively, each one of the sections, so each one of the different functions, so you have sections, rows, columns, and I'll show you columns in a second, and then elements, and this is an element. You can go into you can actually go into manage the elements. Now, of course, I only have one in here, but you can go in here, you can manage them that way. So if you're having a hard time finding one, you can do that. And we're going to add the thing. Now, this comes way, way too big. I don't want it that big. So you can choose width, but I like to use with actual pixels, but I like to use percentages. And this is something that most people don't know about. So it's one of the ninja tricks, but you can use a percentage. And so 50% is still a little too big. Maybe 30% is perfect. So I'm going to keep it at 30%. And by the way, D, you can use the hotkey as D is duplicate, which is what just happened there. Next thing I want to do is I want to add, you can add headlines, you can add subheadlines, and you can add paragraphs. Also down at the bottom here somewhere, there's a text block. I do not use text blocks personally. I don't like them unless I absolutely have to. There are a couple of situations in which text blocks are a little bit easier to work with than the headlines, but I personally do not like using them. I like using the headlines and subheadlines. The only difference between the two is the size it comes in at. So we're going to use a subheadline. And we're going to make this really simple. First of all, I want to bold this, make it look powerful. So the tools and strategies to like that. Now I'm going to build a second section. Same thing. I want to make this full width again, but this time I want it to be a different background color. So I'm going to use my inherent blue, or is no, that's not the blue. It is, and it saves the colors. You can also use your hex code here, or your code. So if you know what your code is, and by the way, if you use anybody who branded you, they should have given you those codes. So just get with the person who created your logos and your websites and all that stuff, and they will get you all of that. Now we're going to use columns here, and this is really, really key because columns can be a really powerful way to grow your audience and stack different things, and there's a lot of cool things you can use columns for in order to get a reaction or a feeling specific for your audience. So we're going to use 3 columns in this case. Oops. Go. Now I want to add a subheadline. And I'm going to change the color to white because it will be a lot easier to read that way. First name. Now, again, D allows you to duplicate. So you can literally duplicate, drag and drop, duplicate, drag and drop. And that's a lot faster and a lot more effective than trying to add a new one. You just click on that to add. And input form is what you use to select what type of form it is that you want. Now, I like to change the setting here. I'm going to set this to full name. Even though I ask for first name, I always use full name. I never use the first and last name functionalities for various reasons. But the main reason is because if you have it as full name, you have more versatility across your funnels. So enter your email address. So I'm going to say enter your full name here. And I'm not going to require it in this case. I'm going to duplicate this again. So literally click D and then drag and drop. And then we're going to change this email address, which so I'm going to put your best email here. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a button. There you go. Change the size on this. There you go. Accessed. Okay. And I'm going to set the action to submit because I want it to submit the page. The other thing I want to do, I want to make this in brand with my colors. I want this to be the gold. And I can also set it up if I want. And I personally like this. It kind of depends on the style of the page, but I like using the flat line. So when they hover over it, it goes full color, but otherwise, and that's just a personal preference of mine. There's a couple of other cool things you can do. You can actually add in, if you go into the advanced functionalities here, you can add icons. So I could put, say I wanted to put an arrow there and an arrow there. So I can actually put 2 arrows in here, and that would be really, really cool, especially on desktop. Now, it might not look as good on mobile. So let's check this out on mobile. And it looks fine on mobile, so we'll leave it there. All right, let me, I just want to go back here, see if we have any funnel questions right now. And I am using Blue Jeans as my software. All right, so first name, we're going to put email address, and get registered now. So it's literally this simple to set up an opt-in. Now the next thing I want to do, I do want terms and conditions here, or basically a license. So saying, hey, this is my private stuff, and I'm going to change this to maybe like a space gray kind of thing. I also want there to be some space in it. I don't want it to be like directly there. So I'm gonna add a good amount of space in here just so that the main thing that shows up is this. But if they want to scroll down and see who this page belongs to, they can see that it belongs there. So add that, and same thing. Now I'm gonna use the paragraph functionality. It comes in with this dummy text. Just delete that, and oops, was G. By the way, Option G creates your copy. If you're on Mac, Option G creates this. I don't remember what it is on PC. And then just put copyright 2017, Invert Inc. All rights reserved. Okay. And I'm going to make this a little bit smaller here so that it's... Now, I could add, if I wanted to link up, and let's say I wanted to add the links to my privacy policy, so policies. So very simple. You just go to it, you highlight the section that you want to link, and you click the little link button. And it's really that easy. And then you just type in the link, https:// what is my policy? Policy, there it is. And I always make sure that, especially with policies, that you're use this link, which means that it's going to open up in a new link. I open it up in a new page, not in the same page. And I'm also going to change the color so it's more gray-ish. because the last thing we don't want this to stand out. Not that we don't want to hide it. We also don't want it to stand out. It's not the goal. This is not to make it stand out for people who are on the page. What we want them to focus on is the opt-in, this section right here. All right, so it's literally that easy to set up an opt-in. One of the easiest things that you can do. Now, if you want to get a little bit more in depth, if you have integrations like MailChimp or Infusionsoft or anything in between, then you use this. Also, if you, I recommend getting Actionetics, not getting anything else. Actionetics literally takes care of your email marketing. It takes care of your all of your task automation. It takes care of your affiliate marketing. So if you get affiliates, you want people to promote you, and you want to be able to pay them. That is in there. It takes care of everything. And it's already integrated. So you just select integration, and then you can select tags. You can select lists. You can notify yourself or somebody else. So I'm going to add a tag, and we're going to put my funnel plug. My funnel club and opt-in. And you click save at the top. It is that simple. It's one of the easiest things that you can do. And then we're going to exit out of this. Now that this is set up, we are going to set up the custom domain. So you see I have the funnel hustlers in here. So we already set this up, so we can set that up. I'm going to use the My Funnel Club since that's what this is for. It's in. We're going to use. So what I did there was I clicked the cogwheel, I select the domain that I want, and then I type what the path is. So that means when I go to myfunnel.club slash messenger dash, what was that? Messenger dash opt-in. Yep, messenger dash opt-in. It's going to pull the page up just like that. So really, really easy to do. Oh, now this is good. This is good that I tested this out. So it looks like we have an exit pop, which means that when someone, when you test it, and you should always test your pages before you send them out to the world. When someone tries to exit by moving their mouse all the way up, it's going to put a pop-up in front of them. And in this case, I don't want that. So open this back up in the editor. I always recommend using, by the way, opening things in a new tab. That way, if you want to go back to something else, you can easily without trying to open and exit and close and do all that stuff. It's loading. We'll see if there's any comments. What's up, Andre? Turn off my video for a second, see if that seems to help. So really easy to do this. You literally just hover over the pop-up, click edit settings, and then it should, most of the time it defaults to trigger on exit. You want to remove that to don't show on exit. Unless, of course, you want to add stuff in there. So I can put, I could put a secondary offer in here, or I could put, there's a lot of things I can put in there. In this case, I don't want that. So now when I refresh this and I try to exit, nothing happens. And that's exactly what I wanted. So I close this out now. All set up. Now it's time to set up the thank you page. Really simple to do. Again, when you come in here and you set up a new funnel, it's literally one of the easiest things that you can do. Is just go in here, and it's going to have an opt-in option. Now there are a couple different templates that come with it. It's basically these 6 come with it. We have some custom ones that we've designed and that we prefer. So it depends on what the goal of it is as well. So in this case, I want them to say I wanted them to download something. So I'm just going to use one of the ones that come with it, so it keeps it simple for you guys. So we're going to say, hey, thanks. Here's your report. Here's the thing that'll allow you to get what you want. Now, as you see in here, I'm not going to be able to link it because I don't have the link yet. So I'm going to show you how to do that. But first, I want to edit this page, make it look like I want it to look. Maybe I want to add a little bit of branding in. So I'm going to use my image, and I'm going to add my image in here. It usually takes it a second to load up, but once we got that in there, I'll make it nice and big because in all reality, I want them to remember our brand. So come in here. By the way, I'm clicking A to add a new element, and then I want to add a divider so that it breaks this up a little bit. Just going to move things around because I really want them to yeah, we'll leave that there. I want them to be able to remember us, and then it's like, hey, thanks. Here's your report. Then download download your free toolkit. So toolkit. Your toolkit. Oops. Toolkit. There we go. Thanks. Here's your free toolkit, or thanks. Here's your download your free toolkit, and I don't know how many pages of pure awesomeness it is. Oh, I saw something. Oh, cool. Gotta comment back. Now, I want to go in here. Now I want to be able to offer this product. So I'm going to go into the digital assets. And it's really simple to do this. You just literally just go to the accounts, go to digital assets, and then you'll be able to give out all this stuff. So I don't have the toolkit in here yet. So let me get the toolkit from my team here. I think I have it on my computer. So obviously you want these things on your computer. I just moved everything. So let's see if I can drive. Maybe it's in here. So let's say I would have uploaded it. I'm just going to upload a random file for you guys so you can see. upload something I have the right to upload. Cool. So I'm just going to upload this file here. This file that's mine. So random file. Name it what you want. Give it a second to upload. And then instead of clicking the download button, what you're going to do is you're going to right click on it and you're going to say copy link address. So again, you're going to right click on this little icon that looks like a download button, because if you click on it, it's going to actually download it. But if you right click on it and you click copy link address, you can grab that. All right, and then we're just going to come in here and paste the link in. And I always, just in case, when I copy things, I add a space and delete the space, make sure it shows up. And when that happens, you should see the URL below the button. You should see the URL below the button here. I'm traveling right now throughout the world, so we are at a co-working space. Obviously, change your brand, invert Inc., change your brand, link your terms and services. Ooh. HTTPS:// All right. So last thing I need to do on this page is change the share URL. And I need to change the share URL to the original page here. And get this gift and invert Inc. All right. Oh yeah, this is something else. You've got SEO, and my templates always are always pre-designed with these. But you need to make sure you go in here and change this. So I always change the SEO of this to the original page as well. But the download the funnel toolkit today. You can change this, and maybe I'll put this one in. Change this, the name of this, to myfunnel.club. And you can also, for SEO purposes, you can use keywords. You can put as many keywords in here as you want. And you just click save again, since that didn't save before that. We're going to go out of this and test the thank you page. Oh, one thing I didn't do is I didn't change the URL, so I'm going to do that. Change it to my funnel club, and we'll change it to opt-in-thank-you and update it. Perfect. So now if I refresh this page, I type my information in, Hawk Mikado at invertinc.com, and voila, it works. And then I can click on here, and it would actually allow me to download the file as well. And then these also will share, so these will share back out to the correct page. So if you click on those, it'll share out to the correct page. So, all right, I'm gonna go back into Facebook. What's up, Roka? I am back. So, cool. If you guys have any questions on this, again, I was doing this mainly for Jessica and your community. So thank you for asking me to do this, and hopefully this has been helpful. So if you guys have any questions, now is the time to ask questions. Oh, that's a lot of fun. So I don't have my phone today, so I can't pull it up on my phone like I normally do when I do these. Oh, and I just got my I got the download for this, so I can actually put this in here. So funnel toolkit. Cool. So funnel toolkit, where to go? Funnel hacking tools by Funnel Genius. This is it. Perfect. And then create the digital asset. So I'm actually going to share this with you guys. So you're going to get access to this entire funnel. You just got to click into, so you can actually get access to this whole thing. And edit the page again. That video takes a lot of bandwidth. All right. I'm just going to open this in a new tab just because I want to see what this, how many pages this is. So it's 13 pages because this template says how many pages of pure awesomeness it is. So it's 13 pages, not 23 pages. Pure awesomeness. And then I'm going to hit save. Now, here's a couple of extra ninja things that you can do. So we're going to go a little bit more advanced here. So one of the things that we can do, actually, I'm going to open up the editor again so I can grab this info. So you can put your tracking code. So I'll actually do that here in a second. So I did say I was going to show you how to create an ad with this. So I will show you how to do that. And then up here in the top, you might see that it shows, shows a ClickFunnels logo right now. And there's nothing wrong with that. Actually, in this case, yeah, so it does show the ClickFunnels logo. There's nothing technically wrong with that, but you want it in brand. So we are going to add an image. We're going to delete this image in a second here, but just so I can grab the URL of it. And then I have this logo here. So this is a square logo. It's a square image. I'm just going to grab that whole thing, and I'm going to paste it into the Favicon URL site. So just when you do that. Now, when I save, so I'll go all the way down to the bottom and hit save and update. And I'm going to show you that it changes. So we have this here as the ClickFunnels logo. When I hit enter and update, take it a second to update, but as you can see now, it's got the My Funnel Club logo in it. So that will at least keep it in branding a little bit. I recommend doing this, but it's not a necessary to have, but it is a nice to have. Now, I don't want to save my changes here because obviously I don't want that giant cogwheel there, so I'm just going to leave, and it's going to bring me back to the page. Cool. So the other thing that I want to do is I want to set up my first Facebook ad on this. So we're going to go to business.facebook.com. If you don't have a Facebook business account, you're going to want to set this up. You literally go there, it'll say create. I already have my account there, and we have actually all of our clients and all of the stuff is all managed in here. So I'm going to go to Funnel Magazine in this case because I want to have Funnel Magazine do this for Funnel Magazine. All right. So we're going to do tired of Thank you. So just gonna use this. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do something cool for you guys. Go to funnel. Ooh. Wow. They just updated it. I know that I saw that they were doing that, but they just updated it and it looks so much cooler. All right. What am I looking for? What am I looking for? Oh yeah. So we're gonna do a Facebook newsfeed ad script. So print. Kit. It's the thing that holds the solution they want. Let's and by the way, these little examples here are really powerful. So proven off the hook. Product will help you quickly build funnels with ease and start to profit. Boom. Oh, there's our, oh yeah, there's already exclamation point. Flash. 60 seconds. And this is how long it's going to take them to get the tool, not how long it's going to take them to implement. Without going crazy trying to find all of the graphics, copy, and everything else you need to get your funnel online. Build. Cool. So we're going to go to cold. Excuse the scrolling, cold traffic. Here we go. Here's a quick way to avoid going crazy trying to find all of the graphics. I like that. Okay. And then we're going to go into description. Stuck. Secret to automatically build funnels with ease and start to profit without going crazy. This template. There we go. All right. And download those three. Copy and paste that. Super simple to do, right? Anybody can do this. I'm just going to delete these little things here. your free download now at, where is it? This. https:// So that shows me, this shows me something, and this is really good for you to know because I'm doing this little fast, trying to do this while doing this live, and so you're going to, what just happened? Can you guys still see me? Okay, it looks like it. All right. Okay. And go back into the editor here. Now we need to change the SEO data. So this is my funnel club, my funnel.club, free funnel toolkit. This toolkit now. So this isn't the right ad, but you'd use a Facebook ads style. Now, the fact that I went in and I created this, and then I already put it in Facebook, Facebook is automatically always going to pull this info unless I do something about it. So we're going to grab this and go to debugger. So we're just going to Google Facebook book debugger. This is the easiest way for you to find it. And it should be the first one, debugger Facebook. And then you're going to copy and paste this in. And you just click scrape. Of course, you should probably save it. I don't know if I saved it, so I'm going to go back here, save, and scrape it again. And it might take it a minute to get the data. Sure that I updated. Yep, it's all updated in here. So save again. Facebook sometimes takes its sweet time. You should always check all of your links. Make sure that they are going where you want them to go before you go live with it. So this is actually very important for you. This is a quick little step, something that most people, go in, they build a link, they share the link on Facebook. Could not be downloaded because of that. Oh, well, that's why. So this image could not be downloaded because it's too big. That means I know that this image isn't too big, so I'll use that one just for kicks. Go back here. Oh, of course. As soon as I saved it out. All right. That's fine. I'm going to save it. Boom, there it is. So get your free funnel toolkit. And I'm going to copy and paste. This is something that I found out. I saw somebody else doing it, and it works actually really well. So putting it twice gets people to stop and look at it a little bit more than if they didn't. So publish, and just make sure it's above the fold that you're doing that. So how to tell if it's above the fold is right here. So basically the main point of it, and then the link twice. And then if you want to have other stuff in there, that's fine. You can. It's just a little ninja trick that that I found out from watching somebody else on Facebook. All right, so now that we've got that going, I come in here and I'm going to a new ads account so you can see as if you're setting up, well, this is not a new ads account, but ads account I don't use anymore. We're going to set up traffic. You can do traffic or conversion depending on which one. We're not going to get into all of that. I'm not going to worry about the audience. I did a more in-depth training with a friend of mine this morning on how to use basically how to do a more in-depth, how to create a Facebook ad. One thing I do want to mention is remove the audience network and always change this to Wi-Fi only. Continue. And then I'm going to use an existing post. And it should be the first one because I just created it, should already be popped up there. So super simple to do. And if I wanted to track conversions, I could track conversions. I don't have the pixel set up, so I'm not going to do that. The other training that I did, just go on my Facebook page and you'll see a full training on that. You can actually get that and literally just place the order. And boom, it's done. So yeah, if you have any questions on this, this is literally like A to Z, how to set up your whole thing. And I will post links in the comments of this video for ClickFunnels and Funnel Scripts. If you want to get access to that, feel free to ping me with any questions or anything like that. Also, since I'm doing this for Jessica's group, the links are in Jessica's group already. So you'll actually be able to access that already. So if you have any questions on this, guys, feel free to ping in and send me a private message at Hawk Mikado, and happy to help.